Hello, friends. Happy to be back with you. I am Maria Pontis with 4 decades of corporate journey, author, and a retirement lifestyle coach. It is with absolute pleasure to introduce you to Vaijayanti Bose, fondly known as Viji, was a teacher by profession from the city of Joy, Kolkata. At her second innings, she chose to become a mindset coach and an inspirational speaker who's taking the world by storm. Vichy has made significant impact in the personal development space with her innovative coaching methods and expertise in transformation. As an author of the groundbreaking book, Pivot in Confidence, Live Carefree, is inspired by her father's life who served the Indian Army. Viji is also a co-author of 2 books on personal growth, which she will share with us. Her upcoming mastermind program will help us achieve greater happiness through better work-life integration by balancing the masculine and feminine energies by employing curated tools and strategies. Welcome, Viji, to the world of retirement lifestyle planning conversation. Get ready to pivot towards a life of confidence and purpose and fulfillment with Viji Bose. Hi, Viji. Warm welcome once again.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being here on your platform.
And finally, we meet after such a long time, having met you at one of our programs. And I'm so excited to start this conversation. So, Vijay, tell me, can you tell us about your background? When and how did you prepare for your retirement?
Well, yeah, everyone has to prepare for retirement in some way, but I will not say that I went about it in a very, very organized and structured manner.
Okay.
The universe blessed me, and post-retirement, I did not lose a single day before my management actually re-employed me.
Wow.
So I think that was very rare that, at age of 16, 2010, my teachers and management gave me a fabulous farewell. I think no one gives a farewell like that. And my teachers loved me. They really, went overboard with, singing and the dancing and a candlelit kind of welcome. And then after the entire program was over, we usually get a silver plaque with our name and the years of service. That's part of the management, gifts. The teachers gave gifts. But then I was invited to go and meet the head of our institution. And that was a very personalized farewell. And I'm wearing this very, very beautiful bracelet.
Oh, so sweet.
Yes. It's those, what's it called? Those, you do jump with those beads?
Rudras?
Rudra. Yes, these are Rudraksh. The small Rudraksh, but they are on a gold chain.
Okay.
So this was a very personal gift that she gave me. And thereafter, I was also given the contract the next day to continue.
Oh.
So my story is a very unique story. I continued for 10 more years.
My God. Awesome.
Yes. Giving the same professional service till COVID came along. And then, of course, everything got upset.
And how old were you at that time?
2 years, add another 2 years.
70.
Yes.
Wow. You really pull the strings with the school, I can say. Awesome. So what was life like before retiring from your duties as a teacher?
It was very, very
Hectic.
Full life. In the sense, it was not just teaching. I would take students for various programs, for debates, for Model United Nations,
Oh,
And I organized lots of exhibitions in school where the entire teaching in all the departments, all the faculties were involved. One such I will share with you was called The Magic of My School. And I
okay.
headed that project. And it covered the entire school from the primary section to class 12, as well as every department. So it was a very successful project that we had where we showcased what the school is and all the new subjects that the school
Okay.
teaches. Yes, including fashion design.
Wow. That is,
Yes, at 11, 12 level. Yes,
yeah,
interior design. So girls can go on and take that as a profession. They get a taste
absolutely.
of it.
Yes. It gives them a glimpse into another area of interest.
They get a taste.
Okay. How did you continue pursuing your interest and activities after you retired? What was it like?
I have always been involved with one or two NGOs. One of them is Rotary International. So I have been past president of my club. And the two pillars of the Rotary, one is community service and the other is fellowship.
Okay.
So both give ample opportunity to keep
Yes.
myself involved, both in terms of contribution as well as enjoyment.
Nice. So you've really had a handful even after you retired. So have you been, what have you been doing ever since you retired? Is there anything special that you did different?
Yes, you can see my background. That was a new direction I took.
Yes.
That was writing.
Oh,
I used to write poetry when I was in school. In fact, we had a magazine in school called Cross Currents, and every year, the editorial team would come and tell me, "Ma'am Bose, please give us a poem." So, I would be literally pushed into writing a poem.
okay.
But this book was in me for a long time.
Okay.
And COVID kind of brought it all together. And I also joined a very interesting program of my mentor, Arfin Khan, called Book to Fortune.
Yes.
And that gave that platform to systematize the entire process, the chapterization and then writing maybe, say, 500 words every day. So that kind of made me do this project in a very, very methodical way.
Very nice. That's good. And if you could tell us a little more about your book, how did you, what is the background in writing this book?
Pivot. Pivot is change. Pivot is all about shifting. A very, very small shift, or it can be a major, life turning shift. So if you pivot in confidence, you can live carefree because you will be able to course correct and reshape your journey ahead. But then you have to have faith in the universe and faith in yourself to do that. And of course, it's always an image that we look up to for inspiration. It can be a character in a book. It can be a political leader.
Yeah.
But usually, it is our parents.
Yes.
Our parents become our torchbearers. And I was very lucky to have my father, who was literally my friend, philosopher, and guide. He began his life in the army, joined the Assam regiment when I was during the Second World War.
Okay.
Fought in the Burma operation. This was, of course, before his marriage and my birth. But then when I was about maybe 8, 9 years of age, he decided to pivot and join a new service that was created for the Northeast by the government of India.
Okay.
It was to administer the tribals of Nagaland and Nifa Northeast Frontier Agency, which is now known as Arunachal Pradesh. It's a place of great tourist interest. And I think every Tom, Dick and Harry is now visiting Arunachal Pradesh because of its scenic beauty and, its diverse cultural music, dance, etc. So my life completely changed, from the heat and dust of Delhi. We shifted to the pine-clad hills of Shillong, and that kind of started me on a very, very different journey. I was put into the hostel, Loreto Convent Hostel, and we had Irish nuns teaching us.
Okay.
And Maria, I owe everything I am today to these wonderful Irish nuns, whether it's my diction, whether it is the way I conduct myself, my grooming, my etiquette, all the finer niceties of life, which is lost today, we learned literally because of their mentoring.
Absolutely. And a little bit about your 2 co-authoring books, if you could just throw some light.
So Pivot in Confidence is about 7 women, real life women, who either pivoted in health, started intermittent fasting to reduce her weight drastically. One story of one of my students who was one of the path breakers in public broadcasting, sports journalist.
Wow.
Prashna Nair, her story. Another story is of an architect, another student who is today head of place shaping Westminster Council, London. So these are very path-breaking stories, and their journey, the difficulties they faced at that age, because it was literally breaking the glass ceiling, the struggles they went through. So these stories are very inspirational. The other 2 stories are actually, they are compilations. So one of them was by the coaches of Kolkata, of the Arfin Khan fraternity, and that was called Transform Musings. Musings on our transformation journey. So we played on that word, transform musings. And there are 30 stories of how one of Arfin Khan's program, that's the Incredible You, completely transformed us and made us unstoppable. The other book was a very recent publication that again was by 30 coaches, but this time there were a few international coaches from Australia, from UAE, from South Africa, apart from India. And this was about purpose. It's an anthology on purpose.
Oh.
What is the importance of purpose? How purpose helps to focus on the direction, the destination that we have to go to. So without purpose, we become a rudderless ship.
Absolutely.
The ocean of life.
Awesome. My God, you've had 3 books to your credit. It must have been an amazing journey and soul-searching experience as well. So let me ask you another thing is, how did you plan and prepare for your second innings after your retirement? Is there anything specific that you did here?
It was around 2000? 19, yeah. So 2019, when I was 69 years of age, I more or less understood that, my school, even they wanted to keep me, even if COVID had not come, it's like stretching the gift, the boon, a bit too much. So then I was wondering, how could I sort of use my learning, my experiential wisdom over the years to reach out to people. I wanted to share that learning with the youth, with women especially, because I'm a feminist in that sense. I feel women must have space to express themselves, to walk the path that they know is the best for them and their family. So it's not a woman isolated, but in consonance, in harmony with her family. But my belief is that a woman has to be happy from within.
True.
Because a happy woman, I always say, a happy woman makes a happy mother, a happy wife. And if you are harboring bitterness in your heart due to unfulfilled aspirations and frustration, you cannot be a happy woman. So I decided, one, to join the coaching program of Arfin, finished that in 2019, December. Went to the next level course, which is Speak to a Fortune, because for me, I've always wanted to be a speaker. Coaching would be giving me the wherewithal to strengthen myself from within and get that confidence to come out and speak to the wider world. But speaking is actually my forte.
Yes.
And I enjoy speaking.
Absolutely.
Maria, so Speak to Fortune, and now the mastermind. Again, that is for women.
Okay.
So be the enigma. And how can you, as you said, balance, I won't say balance, integrate your work life and your family life, your personal life.
Absolutely.
So that you experience your best life. You, Maria, you have been a professional woman, right? For so many years. I've been a professional woman, but we've been homemakers also.
Yes.
And it's been very, very essential that we kind of bring these two personas that we have.
Absolutely.
Blend them together. And that is where my mastermind comes in, because each of us, we have both the energies.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are not aware of this.
Yeah.
That irrespective of gender, we have both the masculine energies and the feminine energies.
Oh.
The logical mind and the emotional mind.
Yes.
We think from the heart and decide by our feelings, or we very logically analyze the situation and then take decisions.
Right.
And my tagline of my mastermind is be the boss in the bedroom. Sorry, be the boss in the boardroom. That's Freud speaking, but the seductress in the bedroom.
Yeah.
You must be all woman at home.
True. Right.
If you want to keep your man, it's as simple as that. And be happy. Enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, having said all that, did you face any challenges after retiring, and how did you overcome that? Because that's so important for us. We get overwhelmed and stuck when we face challenges. Yeah. What about you?
My personality is a reformer. That's what Arfin insists. And in a very good state, I'm an enthusiast. So I'm never down, I may be down and out, but I will never be down. Fear. This is where it matters the most.
Absolutely.
What do you think? What do you conceive? What do you believe you achieve? So if I believe that, yes, there will be ups and downs in life, we have to plan for that. But sometimes all plans go awry. That's what COVID did. I'm sure lots of people, had made plans for their children's education, for building a home, to buy a car, to travel. And all those investments overnight were wiped out.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think ultimately what is most important is the investment you make in yourself. That is the biggest investment.
Yeah.
And to have that strength and fortitude to face any situation.
True.
Because there will be illnesses. I lost my husband to COVID.
Yes, I was aware of that.
Before that, nearly 1 year, he was in and out of hospital.
Right.
So you can imagine that was a huge emotional, mental, and financial strain.
Absolutely.
And we never imagined this kind of a situation. Everything is going on so well, suddenly lightning happens.
Yeah.
And all the plans you make, all the dreams that you have, everything just sort of, goes up in smoke.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember watching you from a very close distance, handling the entire situation whenever you would come up to your masterminds and all. And I was absolutely amazed at the way you handled everything, balancing your learning here and even at home, despite your husband's health conditions. I mean, you really made it. So,
in fact, I wrote this book. I completed this book within 1 month of his demise.
Oh.
April 19th, he died. May 21st, my book was on Amazon. I had been dithering for a long time because of his illness.
Yeah.
But then I made a promise to myself, Maria, that this is my gift to my husband before
so sweet.
His soul leaves this earth. And I've dedicated this book to him.
Very nice.
Because he has stood by me, come what may. I was very lucky.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate that he allowed me to pivot in confidence whenever I wanted to. Yes. Whether it was to join Rotary, whether it was to, join SPICMAKE and become the chairperson of SPICMAKE Kolkata for 2 years, take students to Nagaland, IIT, Mumbai, IIM Kolkata, Kohima. So I used to take my students from school and we used to go off, for these conventions which last a week. And they were all very enriching experiences, Maria, because, we had some of the best artists of India, whether they were folk artists, whether they were vocal artists, Shiv Kumar Sharma, Hari Prasad Chaurasia, doyens of dance. So it was beautiful. And it was all possible because he gave me that support.
Wow. I mean, you've really lived a life which has given you space in all areas. And important is that you just picked it and moved with it, tried everything, whatever you could get. So inspiring is your journey.
Yes, but it wasn't, Maria, it wasn't like that always, that is where coaching is very important.
Yes.
Because, maybe it was around 20 years back when I was offered the position of the principal of my school.
Yeah.
And I turned it down.
Oh.
Because I felt I was not enough.
Yes. Very often that happens. It happens.
And it was so unbelievable that the management thought that I had it in me to man a school of maybe 4,000 students. But I, in the smallness of my mind, because of my cultural conditioning, what Vishal Lakhiani calls our culture scape, thought that I did not have the capability or the capacity to do that work. But today we know very differently. Our coaching has taught us.
Yes.
But it's all here. We can always, upscale ourselves. We can acquire new skills. But do not look a gift horse in the mouth, as I did. So now my motto is carpe diem. Seize the moment. Seize the moment.
Yes.
I'm going all out. Any opportunity I get, any possibility I see, I embrace it with both my hands. I think that's the magic of self-empowerment.
One last question to the audience and those who are planning to retire. What are your 1 or 2 takeaways that you would like to leave them with if they're ever planning to retire or those who are retired?
I would advise them to do what I did not do. And that is take up an SIP maybe, when they are 40 years old, so that by the time they are 60, they are, financially comfortable. I tell my daughter also that, because she's around that age. You see, these adversities and these knocks, they are unpredictable.
Absolutely.
And maybe I have the mindset to face it and take it in my stride. But some women, some men will just go under.
Yes, absolutely.
They'll sink into anxiety and depression.
Right.
So I think, and you're the best person to guide them through your mastermind, that,
Yeah.
invest in yourself and invest in your future.
Absolutely. I think that's a very, very, very important point that you've raised. I've also encountered this kind of issues within my mastermind, where people have not prepared, and at times they don't even know they're going to retire in the next couple of months. So then it becomes very, very painful. And I think that's where our expertise come in. So friends, I think Viji is really beautifully with her expertise in personal development and transformation. She is the perfect guide to help individuals pivot towards a fulfilling and purposeful life before and after retirement. So much to learn from you, Viji. Thank you so much for coming on this conversation for me and the audience, who I'm sure will take so much of learnings out of you. Thank you very, very much.
And thank you, Maria, for giving me this space. I would like to, call upon the women over here in this, your audience and your network, that do come and taste my mastermind, Be the Enigma.
Yes. Thank you so much for that invitation and inviting the audience. I'm sure they would love to take it up. We could leave details for them in this video below, and I'm sure they'll connect with you. Thank you so much, and all the very best to you, Viji.
And